Hey thinkers and dreamers, ever wondered why two people with the same plan end up with totally different results? Because money isn't just math. It's shaped by emotions, surprises, flexibility, and optimism. And in this second episode of The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, we'll uncover these lessons through chapters 11 to 19. Missed part 1? Tap the I button above to catch the first 10 chapters. You'll hear stories of harsh Mariwala, Paytm, Apple, Kunal Ball, and more, showing why behavior, not logic, drives wealth. Welcome back to Read with Joy, where books become breakthroughs. Let's dive in! Chapter 11, Reasonable, Rational. If logic rules decisions, why do emotional choices often win? Because life isn't numbers. It's shaped by fears, hopes, and habits. Sometimes, what feels right matters more than what's mathematically perfect. Harsh Mariwala, who started Marico, made a bold choice to leave his family's big business, Bombay Oil Industries. Staying in his family's business would have been safe and easy for him, but he felt stuck and wanted to do something on his own. This was a personal choice that made more sense to him than it did on paper. Starting Marico was not the easiest path, but it let him follow his own ideas and dreams. Over time, Marico grew into a big company, with popular products like Parachute and Saffola that many people use. His story shows that sometimes the best choices are the ones that feel right in your heart. They may not seem logical at first, but they can lead to great success. Trusting what feels reasonable can lead to great success. Lesson: the best choice isn't always the most logical. Choose what you can stick to, not just what's mathematically perfect. Chapter 12, Surprise. Why do unexpected events shake the economy? Because the biggest events in history are often the ones no one saw coming. Surprises shape the future more than routines, and they're impossible to forecast. In 2016, India's sudden demonetisation shocked the nation. Overnight, 500 and 1,000 rupee notes were declared invalid, creating chaos across the cash-dependent economy. For many businesses, this was a disaster, but for Paytm, it became an unexpected turning point. Though the company had been promoting digital payments for years, the event gave it a massive, unplanned boost. Millions of Indians downloaded the app, shopkeepers adopted QR codes, and Paytm became a household name. It wasn't part of a perfect plan, it was the result of a surprise. The most important financial turning points are often unpredictable. Success belongs to those who are prepared to adapt when the unexpected shows up. Lesson: expect the unexpected. The winners are the ones ready to move when the game changes. Chapter 13, Room for Error. If my plan is solid, why prepare for failure? Because no matter how smart or careful we are, the future is unpredictable. Leaving room for error protects us from the risks we didn't see coming. Apple is one of the world's most valuable companies, known not just for new ideas, but also for being ready for tough times. While many tech companies spend almost all their money, Apple keeps a huge cash reserve, often over 100 billion. This is a smart choice, not luck. During hard times like the 2008 crisis or the 2020 pandemic, Apple didn't need to borrow money or lay off many workers. Having extra cash let them keep creating new products while others stopped. This shows that the smartest companies don't just plan to win, they prepare for problems too. Apple's story proves that being strong for the long run means having a safety net. Lesson: build room for error. Resilience matters as much as strategy. Pause for a moment and ask yourself this after everything you've learned so far. Which of your financial choices already fit your life? Which could exploit surprise? And where do you need a bigger margin for error? Chapter 14, You Will Change. If I'm confident in my future goals, why should I plan for change? Because what we want today may not be what we value tomorrow. People grow, priorities shift, and flexibility is more useful than rigid plans. Kunal Ball dreamed of working at Amazon after finishing his education in the US, but his work visa was rejected. That unexpected twist forced him to return to India, disappointed but open to new possibilities. Over time, his goals shifted from joining a company to building one. He co-founded Snapdeal, which became one of India's largest e-commerce platforms. His story is a clear example of how life plans evolve. What started as a setback turned into a major turning point because he allowed himself to change direction. Lesson: stay flexible. Your next big win may come from a plan you haven't made yet. Chapter 15, Nothing is Free. If I want big returns, why shouldn't I expect them to come easily? Because every reward comes with a hidden cost, even if it's not in money. Risk, stress, patience, and uncertainty are all part of the price we pay for wealth. Bhavish Agarwal co-founded Ola with the vision of making urban transportation easier in India. What looked like a fast-growing startup from the outside actually came with high costs. Ola faced regulatory battles, fierce competition from Uber, driver protests, and the constant stress of scaling in a chaotic market. Despite these challenges, Bhavish stayed focused and adapted constantly. He also took calculated risks to keep the company moving forward. Every success has a price, whether it's time, effort, or emotional endurance. Lesson: know the true cost before chasing the reward. Chapter 16, You and Me. Why do smart people still make bad financial decisions? Because what makes sense for one person might not make sense for another. We all have different goals, fears, and timelines, so money decisions are rarely one-size-fits-all. Sridhar Vembu, founder of Zoho, built his company from a small Tamil Nadu village instead of Silicon Valley. He bootstrapped without investors, stayed independent, and followed his values of simplicity and self-reliance. His journey shows there's no single path to success. What matters is choosing the one that fits you. Lesson: make choices that match your values and constraints, not someone else's blueprint. Now reflect on this. Are you chasing someone else's playbook or designing a plan that fits your life, endurance, and values? Chapter 17, The Seduction of Pessimism. Why do pessimistic stories sound more believable than optimistic ones? Because fear grabs attention and feels more urgent, while progress is often slow and quiet. Negativity feels smarter, but in the long run, optimism tends to win. When Howard Schultz pitched the idea of bringing European-style espresso bars to the US through Starbucks, many investors were skeptical. They believed Americans wouldn't pay premium prices for coffee or spend time in cafes the way Europeans did. But Schultz remained confident that people would embrace the experience, not just the product. Despite early resistance and financial hurdles, he expanded Starbucks into a global coffee powerhouse. Pessimism often sounds practical, but belief in possibility drives innovation. Howard Schultz's story shows that seeing what others don't and staying optimistic can redefine entire industries. Lesson: don't confuse pessimism with wisdom. In the long run, optimism fuels progress. Chapter 18, When You'll Believe Anything. Why do people fall for financial stories that don't even make sense? Because when we're under pressure or chasing results, we tend to believe what we want to be true. We build narratives to feel in control, even when the facts don't fully support them. In the early 2010s, SpeakAsia became popular in India by paying people for online surveys. Millions joined hoping for easy money, but it turned out to be a Ponzi scheme. People believed it because it sounded certain and safe during uncertain times. Lesson: trust facts, not feelings, especially when the promise sounds too easy. Chapter 19, All Together Now. If managing money is simple, why do so many people still get it wrong? Because simple doesn't mean easy. Our emotions, habits, and environment often get in the way. Financial success is usually about doing a few things well, consistently over time. Consider the story of Dilip Shanghvi, Sun Pharma. Dilip Shanghvi founded Sun Pharma in 1983 with a loan of Rs 10,000, starting out by marketing just one psychiatry drug. While others chased large competitive segments, he focused on underserved niches where he could quietly build expertise. Over time, his approach remained steady, prioritizing cost efficiency, smart acquisitions, and a deep understanding of the Indian pharmaceutical market. Instead of getting distracted by hype or trends, Shang Vi kept executing simple, proven ideas with remarkable discipline. His long-term mindset helped Sun Pharma grow into one of the largest and most respected pharma companies in India and beyond. Lesson: simplicity plus discipline. Pick a few sound habits and stick to them. That's a wrap on the psychology of money, packed with lessons we can all use. Read this along with 40 other life-changing book summaries at www.readwithjoy.in or email us for a physical copy. From Marico to Paytm, Apple to Snapdeal, these stories show wealth isn't about logic, but values, adaptability, and optimism. In the end, steady habits and clear choices turn obstacles into lasting success. Since you've listened till the end, tell us in the comments, are your money choices driven by wisdom and patience, or by emotion and the need to keep up? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for watching from Read with Joy. See you in the next one.